Hi there, and welcome to Durham College. My name is Edward Logan, and I'll be your teacher for plumbing trade calculations. Yes, plumbing trade calculations, easy for me to say, is about the math. Don't be afraid. I know a lot of people are already alarmed. Probably when I hear the word math, they get a little bit alarmed. Don't be afraid. The math is not very hard math. It's math that relates to a lot of stuff actually back from grade school. So, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, grade 8s. So it won't be too difficult. If you need help, you can always reach out to me, your professor, at Logan at at edward.logan at durhamcollege.ca, which is my email. We also have a thing called SALS at Durham College, and that's the Student Academic Learning Services. Apparently I'm having a hard time speaking in these videos. Well, I'm working from home, as you can tell. So reach out to them. You can get them via the Durham College website, and they do definitely have a lot of tutors who can help you out with the math. So if you need extra help. In these class, again, like I said, it'll be a lot of basic math stuff, which will relate into plumbing. So there'll be some terms you haven't heard before because they're plumbing terms, but the math behind it all, once you take all those terms away, is math that you have done before. Okay, so we're going to be like adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, whether it be whole numbers, decimal numbers, fractions. Fractions usually a key where people don't do too well. And we're going to start out by learning without doing all those without a calculator. Okay, so I know you've been using a calculator probably for a while, especially through high school. So you have to get back to the roots of how to do all those things, working through all the steps and showing all your work. Some of the other stuff we're going to be looking at is our piping measurements, or what I call our linear measurements. We're going to be doing some stuff which goes with our plumbing offsets, so our rolling offsets, our single offset, and a parallel offset. And some of that comes into our PT, as I like to call it, Pythagoras theorem, which we would have learned back in grade school. Again, with just some terminology of words in replace to some of the stuff that you've learned before, but again, just being the usual kind of same PT that you've heard before for years. The guy's been around forever, obviously, right? Long before any of us were born. And lastly, we'll be doing a lot of conversions. So converting from the metric system to the imperial system, and the imperial system back to the metric system. And if you don't know already, we use the metric system in Canada. But long before even I was born, which is a long, long time ago, we did use the imperial system, which came from, the UK, of course, because that's part of our founding fathers, as they say. So anyways, we're going to be diving into that stuff. It will be a combination of asynchronous, synchronous. You might have heard this if you've seen the video for Theory 1 that I did. Asynchronous, there'll be a lot of stuff loaded up onto DC Connect. That's where it'll do most of your learning. Some video, some interactive activities, some little bit of reading, text reading, stuff like this to go through. Once you go through it, that week we'll have a synchronous session, which is a live online class. It'll be about an hour or so, depending on how long we need. Again, I might pop in a little lesson once in a while, a short little lesson, but I won't go over everything because majority of stuff I've already covered online and that you should have already went through. And again, ask direct questions throughout when you go through it. As soon as you have a problem and you can't figure it out, get help from SALS, from me, from a friend, from another colleague in the classroom, in the cohort. Reach out for help right away. Don't wait for the last minute, because as we say, when we wait for the last minute, a lot of times it's really too late because there's so many problems now that you need to solve. It's now becoming late. So make sure you get after it right away. Stay focused, stay steady, and stay on top of things at all times. And again, look forward to the semester online, again, with me, Ed. And again, if you need help, reach out to me at my Durham College email. And my email for Durham College is edward.logan@durhamcollege.ca. And again, that can be also found up on our classroom page on our DC Connect, which is our learning management system for Durham College. Anyways, should be a blast. It might start off rough for you, but you'll get through it as long as you apply yourself and put in the work. Anybody who's applied and put all the work into it has always passed. It's when you don't put the work in that you will not be successful. Okay? And again, I'll be there for you along the journey. Okay? Here goes to semester number 1. See you soon.